Good day, everyone. This is Lois with Diamonds Things coming to you from the Northeast on a rainy, gloomy day. And there's the forecast again today. At least that's how it is in the Northeast. I hope your weather's better and that you're all doing fine. And if you're new here, thank you for dropping by. And I appreciate my new subscribers. And I also appreciate anyone who returns to watch to see what I have to offer. And I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So today I'm doing a fairy cross stitch. It's not going to be real long, but it'll be, you know, a little bit. So I got this as a free gift in one of the packages that they sent me. So I thought I'd work on this because it's a little one and it's easier for me to work on making a video. So until I can, like I've said before, until I can get a stand and a frame, this is what I'm going to be doing. Although I'm going to try to work on a bigger one, I just have to manipulate the 8 o'clock to make it softer so I can scrunch it up and, you know, so it works better under my ring light, and so it's not so clumsy, shall I say, while I'm stitching. So I hope you will enjoy this. This is called Cactus Lamb. I use Google Translate, and this says fairy cross stitch and all this writing down here. So this is an 18 count. It has, let me turn this over here. It has 39 colors, and I opened this before, but I want to just show you all this. Let me pull out a little bit here. So this has regular cross stitch, half stitch, one French knot, and some straight stitches. So as you can see, there are 39 colors, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 blended stitches. And there's a lot of, oh, let's see, 1, 2, only 2 half stitches. So I'm actually going to start with a half stitch, 2 half stitches. I'm going to start with this green one down here, which is number 453, and then the second one is the K's, that's 452. And we'll see how far I get. Half stitches obviously are quicker. And this one, I forget what it is here. Let me look if I get to that. That is, sorry, I had that really close. And it's hard to see sometimes with my spectacles on here, my magnifiers. That is, oh, that's a 310. So we'll see how much I can get done. Let me just show you all the colors here. Pull you out a little bit more so I can see them better. And if you're, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with fairy cross stitch. They always tie this in a nice pink bow. And here are all the colors. This is 208, purples, reds and blacks, and reds, browns. And I try to start with a brighter color so you can see, but this is kind of like, I'm going to start with this one here, which is kind of a light, really light purple tannish color. I'm really not too sure with it, but hopefully you'll be able to see it. And this is 452, and obviously 310 is black. I'm going to turn this around. Here's some greens, and there's a white, some more greens and pinks. But I thought I'd try this little guy because it's Christmassy, and even though let's see, this is the end of September. We've got 3 months, about 3 months exactly. Yeah, 3 months from today is Christmas, because today is the 25th. So I'm gonna put you on pause for a moment and get my needle threaded, and I'll be right back. Okie doke, so obviously I'm back, and I already threaded my needle. This is an 18 count, and use 2 threads on an 18 count. And so I started it down here, and I'll put a picture up in that area so you can see where I'm stitching. So I'm just really surprised that I can see this as well as I do, and you may not think that while you watch me stitch, but just because it's harder to I'm going to roll this up a little bit, harder to find a hole when you're stitching on camera. So although I do have a hard time off camera too, but sometimes. But I'm just surprised how well I can see the holes. But of course I have my magnifiers on, so that certainly helps. So what's happening where you guys are? Working on any new stitches, or just let me know if you're working on something that, you know, what's your favorite. And are you working on any Halloween stuff? I have a couple Halloween stitches. I actually started one from a different company, and I also started one, and I'll show that when I do my 3rd floss tube. I'll tell you about it then too, but let me talk about fairycrossstitch. I'm anticipating getting one. It usually takes, after they send me their monthly offer, where I just have to pay for shipping because I'm an affiliate with them, collaborating with them, whatever you want to call it. And I will leave their link down below, and I do have a coupon code for 5% off. I'll leave that down below. And anybody that, you know, buys from there gets a 5% discount, as I said. And it, and I do earn a little bit of commission on it, which when it builds up, I can buy something that I can show on the channel. So I appreciate anybody using my code. It would help a lot, because then I can promote them, you know, some more. But as I know, a lot of you already are familiar with Painting Fairy, fairycrossstitch.com. They have wonderful, I really, and I'm not just saying this because I'm an affiliate, but I can find the hole there. I really like their Ada cloth. It's always serged around the edges, and they always have wide borders, so when it went in, if you want a frame, it'll fit in a frame. And they have little frames for canvases like this, and they're cute. They'll fit right in there. I was having trouble finding the hole. Their needles are great. I'm using one of theirs now. And they make their own Egyptian cotton floss. And it doesn't fray. It doesn't break. It's just, and it's nice and soft. And as I mentioned, you know, I said something about a stand and a frame. They have quite a few actually, frames and stands that are adjustable. And I'm looking forward to buying one of these days. Wonderful scissors. Oh my gosh. I actually, when I first got my 2nd pair of scissors from them, they always send some goodies with, excuse me, with the YouTubers who are affiliated with them, to, you know, show their tools and things. So here is a pair of their scissors, and they are super sharp. I actually stuck my finger when I opened this one because the sleeve was on there. It comes with a little sleeve that covers the tip, but the tip of the scissors was beyond the little cover, and I have carpal tunnel syndrome, so my fingertips on both hands are on my first three fingers. On my thumb, I have to think about it, my thumb, my index, and my middle finger, they're numb, not completely, but anyway, my point is I stabbed myself, and I didn't even realize it until I until I looked at my finger. But just be really, really careful with the scissors because they're wonderfully sharp. They're deadly. So anybody, I watch a lot of crime shows, like I'm watching Criminal Minds, and so if anybody comes in your house, just grab your painting fairy scissors, you know, for defense, because that will surely take that person out. Terrible thing to say, but my mind goes there a lot, so I just find all that stuff interesting. But I digress. And there we go. I knew I'd find that hole at some point. I have to pull my thread. This is so soft, and if you pull too hard, I'll refer to myself, because, you know, I don't know how it works for you, but when I pull too hard, sometimes I pull my thread out of my needle, out of the eye of the needle. So, but I did want to get this out earlier, but seeing how it's my one of my days off, I had some running around to do. I actually, for the first time, well, let me back up. I like to read. I'm kind of back into reading, and I just read a Randy Wayne White book. I had mentioned Randy Wayne White before. If you hadn't seen that video, there's no particular title for that. It's just, I think it was in Last Stitch I did. Anyway, so I had ordered he's an author. Ow, I just stabbed myself. He's an author who lives on Sanibel Island in Florida. So anyway, I have been reading his books for quite a few years, actually. And I had ordered his latest book through Amazon. And, you know, with Amazon, you can return things, so within a certain length of time. So, and I've never done this before, but I thought it was a great idea. I'm trying to get the balance down on my Amazon card. So I read the book, and I just returned it today. So it's in perfect condition still. So, you know, I'm not one of these people who bend pages, and it was a hardback book. So, you know, I hate it when people bend their pages of their books and, you know, don't respect the books, because to me, books are, you know, very, I don't want to say precious, but I mean, you know, a lot of hard work goes into books, and I just think they should be taken care of properly. So that's my opinion. But anyway, so I returned the book today, and I went down to Whole Foods to return it, and did a little bit of shopping there. I guess what I get, ground meat, some pork, which I try not to eat too much pork because it's really high in cholesterol. Like I said, ground meat, pork. I bought some. I love crab, they didn't have the crab cakes I liked, but I don't know if you're familiar with Whole Foods, but it's like better, I was going to say it's like Fresh Market, but it's not. It's better than Fresh Market. You know, everything, there's a lot of organic products in there, and not that I can afford to buy a lot of organic products, but so I ended up getting shrimp and scallop cakes. So I'm anxious to try that. I think I'll have one tonight because I like both of them. I love crab cakes too, but when I saw that, it's like, ooh, scallops. I love scallops. So I got a couple of those. Got the pork and the ground meat. They had tartar sauce, and I love tartar sauce, that as long as it has garlic in it. If it doesn't taste right to me. I got some ruffled sweet potato chips. What else did I get? I wanted to get chicken, but they had a big package of, I don't remember how many, but quite a few. I want to say like 12. But it was like $32, and it's like, okay, I don't need that much chicken right now. So, I have some chicken in my freezer. What else did I get? Got some green and black olives. I got some pretzel rolls, which I'm not a big bread person. But sometimes I feel, I like to have toast though. So like sometimes at night before I go to bed, I'll have a piece of toast with peanut butter on it and have some cheese on the side. I'll have peanut butter and cheese together. Have you ever had a peanut butter and cheese sandwich? I know you're probably saying, ew, but you know, it's amazing. When I was really barely surviving and raising 2 kids, sometimes that was a treat, let me tell you. Because both of them have, you know, I mean, peanut butter has protein in it, and cheese has calcium in it. So I don't know, I just really like them together. I mean, I don't eat them together anymore like that, but I have I like to get, what the heck is Cabot? I get Cabot hard cheese, you know, that you can get in the grocery store, a brick of it, and I cut that up, and I put butter on my toast with my peanut butter, and I know a lot of my daughter thinks that's crazy, but, and my mother used to slather on butter, and unfortunately, I like it like that too, but I use real butter. I don't use margarine anymore because, as I said, I'm trying to, butter's better for you. Let me say it like that, instead of that fake margarine. So, and I grew up eating real butter. So it just tastes better too. But, so I'm going to turn this over for a second just to make sure there's no knots. Oh, that looks pretty good. I did something there though, didn't I? Oh well, that's still okay. It's on the back, nobody's going to see it. And it's not affecting the front. And I always tend to go to the right, and I apologize if that bugs you. But I don't have much choice because, like I've mentioned before, my camera holder is right in the middle of my ring light, so I have to move it to the right or the left, and I don't know, I don't think I can, I could do that. Which way do you like it better, to the right or the left? Because then in the pictures over there, as long as I can see and you guys don't get seasick from me moving around, but then you see my more of my hand. So I'm going back over here, sorry. Oh, I don't know. So I have, Saturday I'm getting, my thread's coming out again. Let me back up. Let me start on, well, I'm wishy-washy today. So I just got a package in the mail today that, excuse me, that I'll be showing. It's a diamond painting. And Saturday I have a cross stitch coming from a new company, new to me company. I hope it be new to you. I know one person, I've seen one person do an unboxing on it. So hopefully you'll come back. Let's see, I have to work. I'll tell you what, working is interfering with my videotaping here. I really don't know how people can work a 40-hour week and do all the videos they do, but they're very fortunate that they have the energy left to do that, because when I work, I'm standing for 4 to 5 hours, and it wears me out. And I never thought, and please don't be offended by this, but I was obviously ignorant of what's involved in being a cashier. And it's not rocket science to be a cashier, but the learning process, because that's what I'm doing right now. I skipped one. Because I used to be a nurse, so I thought as a retirement job, like I used to work at Joann's cutting fabric, because it was, in my mind, stress-free compared to being a nurse. So, and it was all right. It's just dealing with people's attitudes and things, which you have to deal with being a nurse. But it's just a different kind of attitude. So my point is that now that I'm working as a cashier, because it's my retirement job, and I don't have to be a rocket scientist to do it, there's still a level of stress in learning. And so when I get home from work, I'm like physically beat too, because my body's older, and being a nurse for 15 and a half years, and I was a nurse assistant before that for like 5 years, so my body's a little bit worn out. And so I have my aches and pains. But where I was going with this, I used to, and like I said, I don't want to offend anybody, but I used to think being a cashier was like a no-brainer. And I basically, and I'll admit it, I used to look down on people with menial jobs like that, but I'll tell you what, I changed my tune. Because you still have to put up with people. And I'm learning a new skill, which is always good to learn something new. So, and my personality is I get frustrated when I don't do things in the proper order, shall I say, when it comes to like using the computer. And thankfully, my bosses are very tolerant, and she did say to me, Lois, if you learn to be a nurse, you can do this job, and I can. I'm just impatient with myself. So, and I'm not a computer whiz that by any means, but because I'm a little bit tech savvy, but like I said, not a whiz. And everything it's prompted for you anyway on the screen. So sometimes it's like, do I hit that key or not? Because I don't like making mistakes. I don't want the boss to get frustrated with me, and the customers, they're standing there waiting to get their food out of the store, and they line up, and kills me. I noticed this before I even started this job, that people will crowd in line. Oh my gosh, they basically push the person in front of them out of line, just waiting to get to their turn. But people have been pretty tolerant of me, thankfully. And I just tell them I'm new and I'm learning. So I had one guy yesterday. He wrote a check, and I know how to do that process now. But I was, they have to write their birthday, their driver's license on it, and expiration of their license on the check, or I do if they don't do it. So he did all that, and I was looking at his driver's license. I was going to write all the numbers down, and he says, I already did that. He says, I come here all the time. I said, okay. And he, I don't know, he said, I don't remember exactly what he said, but it ended up, he said that he was a cop, and he, if I did something wrong, he'd come and arrest me or something, or something to that effect. And I just looked at him like, okay, buddy, you're a control person. I know that just because you're a cop. Cops are always have a control personality, at least the ones that I've known anyway. So I don't do well with control people. So, because you're not going to control me, and I'm going to do my job. And that's basically what I told them. All right, hold on. I'm going to turn this over and end it, because that's what I do. I run the threads underneath what's already back there. So I will just take this, and I can do it like this. I get my thread the right way here. I'll just go like this. This is how I finish it off. So, but anyway, my point being that, if I can get it under there, what the heck's the deal here? I guess I'm struggling a little bit here. There we go. And sometimes what I like to do also, just to double, let's just secure it, is I'll just run it right back through the opposite way. Just like that. So what do you think about that? That came out pretty good. All right, hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, well, what I did was I picked up 452 and started on the K's, because those are half stitches also, and they don't take as long, as much thread and stuff. It's just, I like half stitches. It's just, I just like them. I like all cross stitch. So Painting Fairy has a variety of really wonderful cross stitches, I think. What the heck is that? No, that's that. Look at that. I got an eyelash on there. How about that? So, but yeah, Painting Fairy has everything your little heart could want for cross stitching, I'll tell you. Anything from small cross stitches like this to really big ones. And the big ones are pricey, but you know what, for the quality, oh my gosh, quality is amazing. And I almost pulled my thread out. I felt like it. Oh my goodness. All right, well, this is the first. I'm going to show you this, and I'm just really surprised, but the floss just broke on me. Painting Fairy, what's going on here? I know that can happen. Everything is not perfect, and that's fine. I just hope that I have enough floss. I think I will. I shouldn't say that. Because let's see, that's 452, and there's not that. Let me turn this over and look. See how clear the stitches are, or the symbols are? I didn't mention that this time, but so the 452 is only the K, so I will have enough because there's not the K's. 452 is only used down here, and I have, let me look at, sorry for my hand in the way again, 452, so I will, it broke off there also. So I have plenty here. This came on the smaller canvases come on these, on the cardboard cards, and they just use the DMC numbers on them. They don't go by numerical numbers. That's kind of redundant, wasn't it? But anyway, that piece broke off too. But, you know, like I said, everything is not perfect. Stuff happens, and that's fine. So let me just, I'm going to put it on pause and rethread my needle. Okay, well, I rethreaded my needle, so let me put this up here. Maybe I pulled too hard. I don't know. I could have, but because I have to watch my tension. And sometimes, like when this gets softer, I tend to pull harder for some reason. Oh, it happened again. My goodness gracious. Must be, you know, it's like getting a lemon. So I'm just gonna end here since the thread's breaking. But yeah, because that's really unusual. I've not had, this is the first time that that the thread has broken on me like that. If you hear noise in the background, I have my windows open because it's a nice day. A little bit muggy, but it's nice. But yeah, I have never had that happen to me like that. So, you know, like I said, we all have lemons, like in cars, you know, if they're made on Monday or Friday, sometimes the car can end up being a lemon. But this is a cute little stitch. It's a, I didn't mention that's a 50 by 70, 18 count. And I'll show you the picture again. There's the picture. I just thought it was appropriate for Christmas time, so I'm going to try to finish it by Christmas. I have several others that I'm working on also. It's like, which one do I want to start now? But I've got one from, excuse me. So I've got some diamond paintings I'm going to show, and I've got I'm going to try to do another cross stitch, painting fairy cross stitch for the weeks out. Hopefully I'll have the energy. Tomorrow we are going to a big fair. It's called the Big E, Eastern State Fair in New England here. It happens every year. And so we'll be spending the day there. So I'm hoping to get some taping done tomorrow when we get home. Depends on how tired I am. Because this thing is huge. My daughter and granddaughter are going with me, and we'll spend hours there. And it's just a big fair, you know, with lots of vendors and rides and stuff like that, and foods. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be like my birthday present to me, because my birthday is Sunday. So I'll be having fun. It'll be nice to just do something fun instead of, even though I just started working. It's only been maybe 2 weeks tomorrow, or 2 weeks Saturday, I guess. I don't even remember when I started. Just recently, anyway. So it'll be just to walk around and enjoy myself and grab some different stuff. So I hope you all enjoyed this. Thank you, as always, Painting Fairy. I appreciate your cross stitches, and I just love the quality of the Aida cloth. Nothing else compares. So I'm going to end here, and I look forward to doing another video for Painting Fairy and my diamond paintings that are coming up. So join me for those in the near future. Okay, you all have a great rest of your day and a better day tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.